roadmap is now coming in early 2022, despite the team actually saying to Paul Tassi that it would actually be by the end of this year. And also, where on earth is this patrol mode for this game? Now, if you don't know what that is, it was essentially meant to be the free roam element, right? And it had a lot of people excited, which is now hardly even being spoken about. Now, we got a lot of news to break down in today's video, but is Fortnite's Spider-Man actually better than Marvel's Avengers? Now, that's a question that I asked the other day, and as you can see, a lot of people are debating over it. Now, is it really? So leave a like on this video if you think it is, and comment below what character you really want to see in Avengers next. But we've got a cool sponsor, so let's roll the ad and then we'll continue. So today's video is sponsored by Aniba.com, which is a brand new gaming marketplace with over 20,000 digital products. They'll bring you the hottest deals in the market of any title, new or old, and they have an absolutely incredible Trustpilot score. So you can be rest assured you're going to get your stuff on time and your gaming will continue without a hitch, and they even offer a 24/7 live support, which is just an absolute lifesaver. Now, it's a great place to buy games for not just your PlayStation 4, Xbox or PC, but you can even get things like your PSN cards or your Xbox cards and a bunch more, just like the Amazon gift cards, etc. It's a great place to go ahead and check out, and you can use my code SUPERREBEL to get a 3% discount on your purchase. So what are you waiting for? Visit Aniba.com with the link in the description below. The new roadmap is coming in early 2022. That's what the devs have said, and the original statement is as follows. After a lot of hard work to give you the Sound Raid and Spider-Man for PlayStation players, the Crystal Dynamics team is preparing for the holiday break. We will still be tackling bugs and issues while we also prepare for the next year for the remainder of the month. Keep an eye out in early 2022 for the next roadmap. Now, do you remember when this announcement or these types of announcements would really get people excited? Now it doesn't really faze a lot of people. I mean, for me, at least speaking on my behalf, it doesn't really get me as excited anymore because my standards and my expectations have completely changed for tons of reasons. And I'm going to explain why, and make sure you stick around to the end of this video because I want to say something and really get your opinion on the overall situation as well. Now, one thing that I think has come to a lot of people's attention, including myself, is that Spider-Man is actually completely pointless once you've maxed him out, right? See, things are actually not making sense with this game's future. When you think about the potential new characters that are coming to the game, and let me give you a better example. Let's say when we had Black Panther and Spider-Man announcements, right, or leaks, whatever they were at that given time, it got a lot of people talking. They were easily by far the most anticipated heroes for this game, and they're both free characters, one being a full DLC, which now we have learned actually makes a difference, and the other simply being a hero, which we also thought would be better, but it turns out it's not. Now, both of these, like I mentioned, were free DLCs, and both failed to keep a player's retention long enough. That's the biggest problem, first and foremost. Now, the next two DLC characters, which, if we go according to Miller's data mining leaks, which have happened in the past and also being proven to be legit, would also indicate that She-Hulk and Bucky Barnes are next. Now, sure, these are good additions to the game, but let's be honest, they are nowhere near as hyped up as the others. Now, let's full circle back to everything going wrong with this game. The raid mode in this game is just chaos, point blank, right? Literally terrible with bugs, and this just simply had to get pushed out, not because of the devs, but the bigger guys. The result of this is basically trying to polish a turd, the turd being the bugs. Now, I think what these guys seem to fail to understand, and when I say they, I'm not talking about the devs on this game, I'm talking the publishers and ultimately the bigger guys who really push for the release times and dates, etc., is that giving content that could have been better in just dribs and drabs to kind of keep players engaged without completely losing them is actually being proven right now in lifetime to be a terrible approach. Now, I think there needs to be a huge content drought for this game, where instead there is one big update within the next 6+ months that not only features the new characters, but things such as new maps, new places to explore, new game modes that actually work, i.e. the patrol mode, and the list goes on. And the result of this would be a lot more content that won't take us a day or two to get through, and then we wait patiently for the bugs to be fixed, and then continue to play it and then leave it on the side again. And hopefully, overall, it'll just be ironed out to have a smoother release. Because if you go back to their initial statement on the fact that they need to address that they're still going to be tackling the bugs and issues, right, whilst they also prepare for next year, that's the issue right there. They can't seem to get a release on any form of content without the content having bugs. It's actually disgraceful. It's really, really bad. And that's where you can actually say I'm glad it's free, because can you imagine if you had to pay for this stuff, and time in and time out they can never execute on a smooth release? You'd be super annoyed. I mean, we're super annoyed now and it's free, so just imagine if you were to pay for that DLC. Now, on the other hand, considering all of this is free too, it's actually damaging the game equally. Now, just to give you some context on this, we have to still remember it's a business, okay? And they need to make money on the game in order to still have a team on the game, in order to still even bother putting more content out. If the game doesn't make money, there is absolutely no point in them even still assigning anyone to work on this game. Now, to give some context on this, just imagine, okay, I know people hate this comparison, but just imagine if Insomniac Games consistently added DLC content to the base of the original Spider-Man game that was released on PlayStation 4. You'd actually pay for that DLC content, right? Why? Because you know the quality is going to be there. Now, if you keep dishing out buggy messes, then nobody will just care about it, to even care to give a try, because the standards are just simply no longer set high, and the expectations have become incredibly low. What do you think on my point there? Am I actually speaking the truth here, or am I just being completely disconnected? I mean, you guys tell me. Let me know in the comment section below. But right now, it's an absolute no-brainer that this is exactly what the issues are and what's going on with the game. And also, you've got to take into account, there's no point even them trying to go down the strategy road of, hey, let's pay a ton of influencers to pay, to play new releases and whatever. You've got to realize it just doesn't make a difference if the thing still is just filled with just bugs and glitches. It makes no odds. But guys, I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have yourselves an amazing day, and adios amigos.